Now to a diver who died working for a yacht club on the Ohio River right before thunder over Louisville. Records uncovered by WAVE News troubleshooter Mark Stevens raised some serious questions about how he died.
John, the coroner's investigation shows Keith Elkins was using compressed air to level a floating barge at the Prospect Yacht Club ahead of a big weekend, thunder over Louisville. But Elkins never surfaced, and the coroner's report points to a key problem: electricity in the water.
He was a beautiful person. He's my little brother.
Grief washes over Joe Elkins as he struggles to talk about his brother, Keith.
Never forget him. Think about him every day.
Keith was working alone on April 22nd using a copper tube to add air underneath one of the barges at the Prospect Yacht Club to level it. Joe says Keith told him the night before he felt he was under a lot of pressure from the yacht club.
They were wanting to complete before thunder over Louisville.
It would be Keith's last dive.
Oldham County 911.
Yes, this is Randall down at Prospect Yacht Club. We have the diver in the water, but we can't spot his air bubbles down here underneath the barge, by the barges.
He called and said that my brother wasn't coming up.
How long has he been down there for?
About 30 minutes.
Rescue crews were dispatched shortly before 1. Keith's body was pulled from the river 9.5 hours later.
We've been diving all our lives, all over this world, and in the rivers, nasty waters all over this country, and he was a great person.
The coroner's investigation revealed Keith had a blood alcohol level nearly double the legal limit to drive. He didn't have a spotter and didn't have an adequate amount of air.
It was a 2-minute dive.
Sure.
He was just going to go down and put an air hose in.
Yet the coroner says none of those factors caused Elkins' death. He says Keith was electrocuted. Our investigation revealed the Kentucky Department of Housing, Buildings, and Construction issued a stop work order on April 20th, 2 days before Keith's final dive, because no building permits had been issued for renovations. The coroner's report says the building inspector told Keith about the order, and state records show another stop work order had been issued in November last year for the same issue. A spokesperson confirmed they were the same order.
The April 2022 stop work order was a continuation of that November 2021 stop work order.
Our investigation couldn't determine where the electricity came from, but we also discovered the gas pumps the yacht club advertised as being open this spring failed a different inspection in October last year. That state inspector found issues with electrical wiring and electrical conduit seals. When we checked Oldham County records, we found they hadn't issued any electrical permit in 2021 or 2022 for the gas pumps.
We call it the silent killer because electricity could be leaking in there and no one knows it.
Kevin Cunningham helps lead the Electric Shock Drowning Prevention Association. He joined after his 15-year-old son Michael died after jumping off a marina dock into electrically charged waters.
Michael was killed instantly because there was a great amount of electric leaking in the water. But there's a lot of cases where someone will get paralyzed and they just can't swim. So then they take water in their lungs.
The group has worked to pass laws requiring inspections of electrified docks because poorly maintained wiring can send electric currents into fresh water. The electricity can shock a person swimming as it uses the body to complete a circuit. It only takes a third of the electricity used by a 40-watt bulb to stop a person's heart.
Anywhere there's electric, no one should be in the water.
Following Elkins' death, the state sent a violation letter to the yacht club offering to settle the matter for $3,000. The yacht club's attorney told the state they never got the April stop work order. Records show the Postal Service returned the letter after it had gone unclaimed. Emails between the state and the lawyer show DHBC agreed to waive the $3,000 and allow the bar to reopen while plans for additional renovations are drawn up. We requested an interview with the yacht club's lawyer. He declined, saying they were still investigating Keith's tragic death. He also disputed the coroner's report, saying more divers went into the water to recover Elkins' body and weren't electrocuted. We confirmed with the LMPD dive team the power was shut off, and they posted an officer to guard the electrical box before they started their dive. We sent a detailed list of questions to the attorney, asking about the lack of electrical permits, the stop work orders, the pressure Keith's family says he was under, and the Metro dive team's decision to post a guard at the power box before diving to search for Keith. The lawyer said, "At this time, my client has no further comment regarding these matters."
We got a lifetime together.
Joe Elkins says they're still processing Keith's death and considering their options. But he's sure of one thing.
It wasn't my brother's fault that he died.
Now, OSHA declined to investigate Elkins' death because he was an independent contractor. In an email to the Oldham County Coroner's Office, the agency said there was no employer-to-employee relationship to investigate. We also reached out to the Kentucky Labor Cabinet and the Coast Guard. Both agencies told us they had referred the case to OSHA. Mark Stevens, WAVE News.